Hey, what they do, YouTube. Hey, look at here today, man. We're going to tap into how they get wiretaps to tap your phone lines and how important it is to understand that they use your phone calls and what you say on them lines against you. I don't care what they say. Oh, they can't use this, they can't use that. Man, that's how they took down John Gotti, using stuff that he said against him. So you got to be very, very careful because you know everybody making plays off the phones now. That's what y'all doing out there now. Anyway, make sure you order your people that's behind them walls a copy of Street Elements magazine. We're the #1 magazine publication in the nation. Make sure that you order them a copy. Don't hesitate. Go online, send your people one. Rollo had one. Pooh Shiesty got one. All the rappers that's locked up right now, we send them a copy. Personally, we send them a copy of this right here. Anyway, we talking about your phones and how they're going to use your phones against you. See, my content is for individuals out there in the game and trying to figure a way out of the game. You see, you got to remember, you can't stay in that shit forever. If you do stay in there forever, you basically a low-level operator, and you operate at a low level. So you basically doing what the average Joe doing that's working a 9 to 5. They got a good paying position. You just avoiding paying taxes, but you also risking life. So, I mean, it's just wear it out, you know. But if you're doing it on a big scale and you want to be the man and you want to take over the name of your city, like most young individuals who jump out in the streets, they want to be considered the man in whatever field they're doing. You the one I'm talking to. Because at the end of the day, they're going to come see you. Because you the one saying that, hey, look at him, I'm going to keep it 100. I'm solid, I'm getting all this money, I'm feeding all these people. So when these people come, I'm going to go ahead and lay down, and I already know all the heat going to come on me. See, you that sacrificial lamb. So I'm trying to give you some information so you can stay out there and be productive and understand you got to find a way up out of there, you know. You always want to find your way up out of it. You make a couple of 100,000, you make $1 million, get your ass up out of the way, dog. You done got yours, get up out the way, find your business and do what you need to do. All right? But anyway, them phones are dangerous, dog. I done been in a racketeering case where they use phone calls against us. And the phone calls wasn't really talking about nothing, but they use them against us. All right? Only thing they need is somebody to verify that there's some type of criminal activity going on. Once they can verify that, like in my case, they had this guy who was a confidential informant. He had got knocked off maybe with 2 ounces or something. He was willing to work. And he knew some guys on my side of town that he used to do business with. So what he did was reinitiated to do business with them again and convinced one of the guys to sell him like a 125 or something like that, 4.5 ounces. And I believe it was crack cocaine. Yeah, I believe it was crack cocaine. I got to look back in the paperwork. Either with cocaine or crack cocaine. Because, you know, back then they preferred for you to get the crack anyway, you know. So anyway, this guy went over there and bought that and took it back to the police. And this guy actually wore a wire when he did the transaction. So he went up there and he was talking around. He came back in the police car. And the guy told the police, I told you they got work. I told you they got it. And they got drugs buried in the backyard. Now, once he mentioned that, now he just told the police, hey, it's more drugs than this. Hey, I'm giving you the information. I'm not lying. Now what the police do? They go back to their superiors. They go back to the DA. And they go back and say, okay, look at here. These guys got more drugs than we think. Let's go ahead and tap their lines. We got a confidential informant already giving us information that it's more than just this one guy. Now they go to the judge. They write up the motion to get the search warrant. The judge can be sleeping here, granted. He don't care. He's not even going to look at it. He's going to take their word for what it is. That's how it works. That's how easy it is. Now they get this search warrant to tap your lines. Right? These days, even though what I'm talking about is old, they still got to use the same process. So once they can verify that there's criminal activity going on amongst a certain amount of people, they can tap them lines. And in these days, they can use your video, your audio, your text messages, everything that you're saying is dealing with criminal activity. They can use all that stuff against you in court because they're going to classify them as pertinent conversations. Pertinent conversations. That's what they're going to claim them as. These are pertinent conversations relating to the crimes that we are charging them with. Like a Young Thug case. If their phones were tapped, they're going to bring up phone conversations. I'm not for sure if his phone's tapped in his conversation, but if they are, they're going to bring up pertinent conversation that will pertain to certain things. They're going to even try and say his lyrics are pertinent conversations pertaining to events. This is what they use. This is the terminology that they use. Pertinent. I guarantee you a lot of y'all don't understand what that means. See, them conversations you need to know. This the game you need to know to survive out there. Because the shit ain't gravy, dog. You're risking your life out there in the streets, trying to make that fast cash. And you make the cash and most of it, you give it right back to them. You know who really come up out there when we be breaking laws, man? You know who really come up? The attorneys. They make all the paper for nothing. Think about how much money people done paid out attorneys every time they catch a case. That's who come up. The bondsmen, all them people that come up, really, they really come up. You catch a racketeering case and you the man, you might spend $100,000. You might spend $100,000. You catch a Fed case and they trying to give you life plus 30, and you talking about you the man, you gonna spend there every dollar you got trying to fight that. You see, that's what I'm trying to give you game, man. I'm trying to put you up on game. Anyway, back to them pertinent conversations. Now, we all know everybody is using their phone to make the plays now. Everybody make their plays off the phone. That's what y'all do now. They done made it so, word I'm looking for, available or easy or accessible just to pick up the phone and say, yeah, meet me over here. I don't give a damn how much code you trying to run. If they figure you involved in crimes and they get somebody to verify it, everything you say is up for jeopardy. It's up for jeopardy, dog. It don't make a difference what it is. You see how they got them boys in Chicago? All of them telling? Man, that shit ain't worth it, dog. But you got to have this information, so I'm the only one online giving you this type of information to try and give you shit, equip yourself while you're out in the streets. So you know how these people maneuver. And I'm telling you, every time, get out the game so you don't have to go to prison and be in them courtrooms looking at, you don't know what you're looking at. Because you don't know the law. You don't know what you're doing, what it really comes with. So I'm trying to give you the information so you'll know that whatever you're doing, you know it comes with a hell of a penalty. And sometimes that shit ain't worth it, dog. Because they get you back there and you ain't going to be a slave again. I swore on everything I love. Once them people put them goddamn handcuffs on your ass and put you in the motherfucking buses and motherfucking lock your ass up in the motherfucking holding cells, nigga, you gonna feel like a motherfucking slave, boy. I wouldn't give a damn, boy. You gonna feel like a motherfucking slave. They gonna treat you like one. You gonna feel like one all over again. So I'm trying to tell you why even go through that shit, my nigga. That shit is humiliating. They everywhere you go, nigga, you locked up like you done killed 1,000 motherfucking, man, they treat you like everybody else. You ain't no different. And that shit is humiliating. But, you know, some of us are willing to sign up to go through this shit just trying to make $1 to survive. I'm telling you, there's other ways to do it. I know we all heard it. I heard it. I had to go through that same route, but I'm trying to let you know from somebody who went through it. It is another way to do the shit. But, you know, y'all gonna do what you're gonna do. So at least I'm trying to give you some information to help keep you out a little bit longer. Watch your phone conversations. Watch what you're doing on them goddamn phones. They can use all them phone calls against you. I don't give a damn, you're a rapper, whatever you call yourself. They'll lay your ass down with that shit. And find you another way out, man. You got to understand these people are programming you to do some of this shit. So find you another way out. That's how they keep these people, keep these places filled up. You know, they keep these places filled up like that because they program us to go down that road. I'm telling you, man, it's another way to do it. If you're out there in the streets, I'm going to say it every time. If you're out there in the streets and you're making some paper, dog, if you got your significant amount of money, buy you some motherfucking real estate and get the fuck out the way. And let the next generation have it and tell them the same thing. Buy you some real estate and get the fuck out the way. You know, watch them phone conversations, dog. Watch them. Pertinent phone conversations. Pertinent phone conversations. That's the terminology they're going to use in the courtroom. So like this guy, when he made that transaction, when this guy made that transaction and bought that 4.5 ounces, the 125 or the half or 1.2, whatever he bought, now they got evidence to say, okay, let's go ahead and tap these phones. They end up tapping that guy's phone, another guy's phone. Then all of a sudden they tap another guy in the hood phone. Now they tap my buddy phone. Now they hear me and my buddy tapping. Now they tap my phone. And now they hear whoever I'm talking, they tap his phone. You see, this is how this chain action effect is going on, the chain reaction going on from one individual who stepped into your circle, whatever going on, and he's working with the police. They get y'all phones, it spreads out, they go knock everybody off, and say when they knock them off, right, they really catch them dirty. This is how all this shit hit the fan, right? Say when the police throw down, right, they got all these phones tapped, they figure everybody's involved in criminal activity. They done seen this guy do this, seen this guy do this, seen this guy do this, and they figure all of them is involved. Then they go throw down on everybody the same day, and then go busting by 5 people's house, and they really catch them dirty. Or they catch him with 2 bricks. They catch him with a pistol and something else. They catch him with some meth, and they catch this guy. Now everybody got real charges now. Not everybody got real charges. You see, this is how this shit works. This is what you got to deal with out here. Y'all done heard about the cases in your hood, in your city, how dudes done got jammed up, man. Y'all know I ain't lying. This is how guys get jammed up. So keep in mind, man, be careful what you say on them phones, because they will use them phone calls against you. Make it happen if you cap it. Make sure that you order your people a copy of Street Elements magazine, the #1 magazine in the nation.